can see this corridor with the door leading to the bottom. It is the door of the voyage without return. For the slave it seems, bye-bye, Africa.
The American delegation took time off the festival and visited the historic island of Goree. Goree Island, it was the island where millions of Africans were shipped through the door of no return to America, to the Caribbean, and to Latin America. It was a very, very emotional time to visit. You can go in. I can't go no further.
It's an overwhelming feeling of sadness and just placing myself as a human being in the place of the human beings that were here.
Maybe my ancestors were here, and then also they got enslaved here. Just crying for my ancestors.
Finally, this island became more important because of the positioning of the island. This island is closest to the American coast. This cell in the front is a typical cell. Inside, they put 15 to 20 men. The second cell is located on the corner in the very left. And it was a famous cell reserved for children, but for children from 6 years old until 70. And the children usually lay down on the floor, like fishes on sardine boxes.
I think about my children when I see these rooms for children. When I see the rooms for men, I think about my brothers and my family and how that must have been for these people, these Africans who must have been terrified.
What is important for the guards was not to know exactly how many captives. The thing is just how to shut the door. Also, one can see this corridor with the door leading to the bottom. It is the door of the voyage without return. Because when a slave steps out from the door, for the slave it seems, bye-bye, Africa.
Too often we hear, if it wasn't for the Africans, we wouldn't be enslaved. That the Africans are the ones who are responsible.
It was conceived by the Europeans. The popes blessed, they decreed that the Africans can be enslaved as infidels, captives, African captives. And so in order to get the captives, you had to induce Africans to have wars. So when they got to the coast of Africa, one group, like the Dutch, gave the Ashanti some weapons, another group gave the Fanti some weapons, and you created the Fanti-Ashanti wars that produced the captives that went down to the slave dungeons along the coast that the Europeans established. All of these spots were controlled by slave companies, the Senegal company, the Dutch company, the Swedish company, the Brandenburg German company, the English company, the French. No African king, no African leader had a slave plantation in the New World. It was all Europeans, and that false prophet was made.
I've heard so much about In the Door of No Return, and certainly as the 8th generation from Kunta Kinte, knowing that my ancestor specifically came through this passage. When my uncle recounted it in Roots, when he did it, he could not, no one can capture really the emotion of being in an area, being in a hold and thinking about man's inhumanity to man. We can never forget. The life goes on. We have to rededicate ourselves to many of those who didn't have their lives for themselves.
Oh my goodness, this is the door of no return, where many of our ancestors came through. Of course, many of our ancestors didn't make it. Many were thrown into the sea. But the rest came to the Americas, North America, South America, Central America, and we are the progeny, we are the descendants, and we have returned. One thing that could not be broken is the spirit of Africa. We represent that spirit.
And and you think about it or you're told about it, but to come and actually see this, see where they were, it's a whole different feeling. And we have to preserve it. We have to make sure that many others come here, especially our young people, so that they can understand, because you cannot forget this, as horrible as it is, and we can't let other people forget it, because this can never happen again. It's changed my life forever.